If you love making money and want to win,
Just cash.
if you love making money and want to win,
Just cash.
we just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we play the just cash. I put my money in a strong position. They try to tell me I can't win, it's just a stupid superstition. Cause when I focus, you will notice that I'm winning. We demolish every bookie, there ain't no competition. Now listen, I would never give you shitty picks and do you wrong. Come and join the Discord, tell these bets and hit the bone. Cooking up a parlay super under center song. We be really winning, this ain't just to make another song. So if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we coming in and we taking all the money.
Just cash.
They can't do nothing to stop us.
Just cash.
Hey, fuck these bookies, man.
Just cash.
They wanna limit me cause I win. Label me the enemy cause all I do is win. Just give us a try, this is where it all begins. I'm not gonna lie, all I know how to do is just win. If you love making money and wanna win,
Just
they wanna
cash.
limit me cause I win.
Just cash.
If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash. Just cash.
Just cash.
love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we play the just cash. Love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we play the just cash.
Hey, hold up.
Just cash.
We're back, E.
What's good? We are back. What's going on? Welcome. You already know what time it is. It's just cash.
Baby.
Hey,
Hey, guess what?
sir.
Guess what? As the
What's up?
intro was playing, my mouse died again, and I have to switch mouses. How fun is that?
Oh man, that's what you get for using the battery mouse.
Yeah. Oh well. How you doing?
Doing pretty well, man. Doing pretty well. Coming off of pretty light little off day on Sunday, and we got basically just 2 games tonight, so a little bit to cover. But they did start adding props for tomorrow, so I'm super excited about that. And enjoyed sleeping in a little bit today. That was kind of nice. How about yourself?
If my mouse works, there it goes. I got it back. Man, to be honest, everything's been flipping great, bro. I got to do music yesterday. Saturday wasn't the best day for betting, but I feel like I learned a lot. Feel like we got some good stuff on the board for today. And I feel like because there's no NBA, man, we got a few deserved likes that I think we've been working hard for, and that makes me happy. And we already have 12 likes right now. Come on, E.
Let's go, man. Let's try and get 25 likes again, because if you were not in the channel on Friday, we had the absolute sweeperoo, man. Felt great, went 4-0, and we kind of went against the grain. Saw a lot of the casual bettors were taking fears over, and we went with the points under, and honestly, it was pretty sweat free. He had 5 free throws he shouldn't have even had to make it, a little bit closer. But all in all, great Friday. As you mentioned, Saturday, we had some weird stuff like the Providence fight. Ended up getting one of our guys, Sellers, ejected when he was just absolutely crushing. And then Chris Pippen, he ended up fouling out of the game, which was, total anomaly for him. He only played 22 minutes. So, small stuff like that happens, but overall still went 50% on the day. So can't be too mad about that. And we got another week ahead of us. Getting ready, man, just barely a month out from March Madness, so super excited. We're only going to be ramping up from here. And like you mentioned, with the Olympics going on, NBA on All-Star break, there's not really much going on. So we're going to make it happen, put in some work here. So if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Be part of the Discord. Still running the 7-day free trial for that, so make sure you guys check it out in the description below. 7-day free trial still going out. No commitment, but anybody who's been in here with the last month now has at least made that and a whole lot more. So we've been doing really well, and to start the weeks, been pretty solid for us. So Wish Mondays would be a little bit bigger of a slate, but Tuesday is going to be our next big day. And I got to say, looking ahead as well, this Saturday, absolutely just juiciest of slate. We got a lot of high totals, a lot of really prime matchups, and I'm super excited about it. So if you are ready, I guess let's go ahead and hop into it. We only really have one play for the night, and we'll go ahead and start looking at it for some stuff for tomorrow as well. But secured some insane value with Kingston Fleming's under 18.5 points, as we'll kind of hop into here and show you guys. The line movement on him was just absolutely wild. I mean, bro opened at 18.5 points, and he's all the way down to 14.5 points on a couple of sites. So massive line movement here. And, something I think we can find a nice little edge with, because we got that early value in. I know you also posted that 3-pick on Sleeper. So again, Discord guys getting all this early value. And they also offered him at, I believe, 12.5 points for a discount, which, I think the dollar amount was only $10, but even still, that's a solid middle bet that we're going to talk about here. So just looking at him so far this season, the 14.5 points obviously is quite a look for potential on the over, but looking at his original line, the 18.5 points, I mean, honestly, just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, he's only averaging 16.4 points this season as a whole, and his road metrics have looked even worse than that. It's not really something, against really decent and or good opponent defenses, he's really shined in. He was able to light TCU up from 3 and ended up getting there with the free throws against BYU. But, some of these defensive teams, we've seen a lot of cracks shown lately, so not something too worried about. But honestly, just way too high of a line for somebody who specifically has not been well with three-point shot. And that's really the biggest thing about ISU is they have been holding down guards that are not capable of any kind of volume three-point shooting. And for a player coming off of 0 from the field the last 5 games straight, that doesn't really bode well for him to begin with. But slow pace, slow matchup, slow total. I believe it was in the 130s, if I'm not mistaken. So, to be expected from 2 really good defensive teams. And for him, on the other side, he's going to be seeing Lipsy, and Lipsy's been playing some pretty lights out defense on the wing. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Sharp have a pretty solid performance for Houston here. And as far as the paint, players, there are some really slow lines. I'll be honest, some maybes like Tugler. His, I think, 6.5 points is insanely low. But yeah, for Fleming's here, just the line didn't make a whole lot of sense. And for somebody who's just not really hitting that at a high clip, was not afraid to go under that 18.5 points. So we got that for the original part of it. All right, now let's shift over to what feels like a really strong middle bet. Now, with all this line movement, and in particular, this was also on Sleeper too, but they got him all the way down to 14.5 points. I mean, we're talking a 4-point discount here. I'm completely fine with at least breaking even on a line like this, but I mean, this definitely warrants some kind of exposure to the over. I believe it's also available on DraftKings, and it might be on 365 now as well. But a lot of the books, I mean, people are just nuking his unders right now. So be smart, take advantage of the 14.5 points. If you do have Sleeper, play the discount. I'm sure Underrated will be cooking up some slip with that too. So make sure you guys hop in there and check that out.
Yeah,
How you feeling about it?
Good, man. Good. I love it. 14.5 is too low for him. 18.5 was too high for him. It just makes sense. Whatever you bet on the 18.5 under, if you're in the Discord with us, if you already have money on the 18.5 under, we're just recommending betting half of what you bet on the under on the over 14.5. That way you can win both, possibly. And if somehow he goes nuclear, you really only lose half your bet. So it's just a good way to be safe and have a chance to win more. Because sometimes when you're like, oh, I want to hedge, people don't want to hedge because they're like, oh man, it's basically like giving up. Like, oh, I'm going back on my other play. It's like I'm going backwards, and in the end, I might only lose this amount. But this isn't like that. This is a middle bet, so you can win even more. So it just makes sense. You have that excitement that you could actually win more. You know what I mean? So it's not really a hedge. It's a middle, like we were saying. So it's smart to do that for sure. Do I do it every time? No, because I'm dumb. But it definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense. And there's a bunch of people in here talking and having plays today, which is fun. And Damien says, just one play? Question mark. But what's up, bro? First of all, what's up, bro? We have more plays we're going to talk about, but there's only one game today that's pretty much a decent game to bet on. So it's the play for today, but we're definitely going to look through today and find plays for tomorrow. We have a few fun looks. Plus, we have other plays people are talking about. I can't wait to look through them. Q Donkey's here. Yay!
Yeah, man. It's really just, the small slate here. I mean, there's only two games that we have, true props on. They did offer a few of these middle school tiers stuff, but, honestly, that's truly gambling if we're taking shots on that. I know you underrated had an interest in maybe something in this Duke Syracuse game.
Yes, I do. I want to look at that with you. I'm not 100% sold, but it feels good. You might talk me out of it when we look at it, but that's fine. That's why we're here. I just want to look at it at least. And before you go on, I just wanted to shout out Benny. He's back. He says, bro, finally a stream again. What's up, bro? He's back, bro. Yeah. He said, I didn't trust anybody else with CBB picks until only waited for y'all to stream. So we appreciate you, man. We are here. We are going to try to steer you in the right direction. We are on a new level, right, E?
We are, yeah. And we're having to break out of jail here. You probably didn't even get notifications for the channel going live, man. For whatever reason, YouTube kind of put us in the corner, and we're only just now finally breaking through the algorithm again. So not sure what happened. They changed some stuff on their end with the, yada yada on the back end of things. So we're back now. We've definitely been streaming. I mean, we've been streaming really strong. I mean, honestly, for the last month and a half now. I mean, we started back in January for sure, hitting the ground running. So Monday through Friday, even if there's nothing going on. This last week, I know we missed out on Thursday. Ended up having some personal stuff going on I had to take care of. But yeah, we're gonna be streaming, and we'll have Unrivaled back this week too. So that was another reason why we ended up missing last week.
Yes, sir. It's the best because the schedule's kind of funky, but it kind of works out too. Like there's one game today that we care about, but there's a crap load of games tomorrow that we can talk about. And if you get in the Discord, we'll have the value plays will be there tonight. So that's always fun. So the schedule really just keeps going, even though there's not that many games at times. We just keep it moving.
Yeah, and speaking of Unrivaled too, I believe they resume play tomorrow. I'm not sure why they didn't play tonight, but they have a random Tuesday game in there. So we'll take a look at that on tomorrow's stream as well. And if we get any lines early, which let me say something before I eat my words here. Okay, we do have lines, fine. So they did start putting them up. So what it looked like earlier, we didn't have much on the board, but we had at least one part of one game.
It's back. 1-on-1. Chelsea Gray's the champion. That's funny. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. She's out there cooking them girls.
Yeah, man. Well, we got a couple questions I can run through. Donnie Freeman is something that I wanted to look at. And then Q Donkey has JJ Starling points we can look at too. I figured since they're on the same team, it'll kind of work together.
Yeah. Now, I mean, Freeman for sure. Like this is an unbelievably low line for him. I mean, we're talking a player who was pushing 18 points per game, and obviously, the big red flag in the room is it's at Duke, and the 20.5 point spread probably pretty warranted. I know who's our big orange favorite here? Is it Q Donkey or?
No, yeah, Q Donkey for sure. He's already joking in the chat saying Syracuse money line tonight. We know that was a joke.
Well, I don't know about necessarily the money line, but I mean, this spread is pretty high. I will give credit for Syracuse. I mean, they're just like Clemson, man. They're just a team that hangs around.
No, but he didn't say spread. He said money line. Straight up. He said money. Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I know. Hey, I do some day drinking sometimes myself, so I get where we're coming from. Now, I mean, there's no way I could back the money line, but I will say this 20.5 point and even 21.5 on some books, man, are pretty appealing. Comparison for them and Clemson. I mean, it's just they're a team that just hangs around. Like they just don't really get beaten like that. A lot of their games so far this season, especially the second half of the season, have been really close. The most recent was the one at Virginia, which, also makes sense. Like, I get it. But they've held their own against a lot of these, really strong opponents. I will say they haven't played any super powerhouse teams, though, which kind of makes me worry a little bit. Like, on a personal level, I don't really consider Virginia even, that great echelon of a team. So this could be a bit of a test. Let the blowouts be warranted. That 20.5 points is probably good for it being on the road. But Talking about Freeman here, at least, I mean, this is an unbelievably low line for him. I mean, really a player who does play a vast majority of the minutes, even in these, blowout scripts. He's still playing about 30 minutes a night. We haven't seen him outside of just really foul trouble. His minutes don't really dip down. We saw it here in the Notre Dame game, but small concern there. I mean, he will see a bit of Cameron Boozer on the other side. So, for all things in their credit, he could get in some foul trouble here. But this line is, just one of those that we talk about anytime a player's points are close to their field goal volume. That's really, really tempting. And, I'll be honest, I saw him at 14.5 points, and I thought that was kind of interesting to begin with. But now him being at 13.5 points, I mean, there might only be one person getting there from Syracuse, but it could definitely be Freeman. So this one might have to go out in the mid-tier. This is a really, really low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, man. I like it a lot. 13.5 is crazy. I was looking at his points when he came back from injury, and he was scoring. He was going crazy. We got 18, 27, 22, 25. Clemson, Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh, Florida State. Yes, it's not Duke at all. No, it's not. But 13.5 is pretty wild. And I was looking back, and I see the Cal game here. That was the game that scared me off of him because I had a little bit on his alt in that Cal game. He did absolutely nothing and played low minutes, and it scared the crap out of me. But then it went to double overtime, and then he balled out in the overtime. So I looked up what was going on in that game, and the coach just pulled him because he wasn't playing good. So there's that game right there. You can take that game out. That's the one time his minutes were a little scary, and the Notre Dame game also, but that was foul trouble. So I'm happy that he's still going to get full, okay, bro, we're starting this game up. Take us there. I know it's Duke. It's going to be tough, but he's the guy they're going to go to score. And we need 14 points. I mean, and also the PR maybe. 19.5 is pretty low. He can get rebounds too. It is Duke. But you tell me, which do you like? 19.5 PR or 13.5 points?
I mean, honestly, I really like the points. I think, yes, he can definitely get the rebounds, but those could be a little bit more of a sweat, down the stretch, or God forbid the coach actually does pull him a little bit earlier. But, I mean, scoring wise, like you said, he's only missed that twice in the last month now. No, three times in the last month. I'll
also say Virginia, though, too. At Virginia, where he scored 5, that's no picnic. That makes sense. Yes, Duke could do the same thing to him. He had a terrible game, but that's why it's betting. But still, 13.5 for his shot volume, like you said, is crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not, a far cry to think that he can also have a pretty solid performance here on the road. I mean, technically, he's played better on the road so far this season. I mean, he is averaging 19 points per game, so he's done exceptionally well on the road, just being that one blemish at Virginia. And I mean, there's the obvious red flags here. But
there is, but
flags.
Look at the one right by him too. North Carolina, at North Carolina, that's not an easy matchup. He had 23 points. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, and even the one at Pittsburgh. I mean, we saw how Pittsburgh was able to hold down Boozer as well for a majority of the game. And, I mean, realistically, we're talking about just barely over 50% of what we've seen in every other road game so far this season. So, tough matchup, sure. But, I mean, hey, if he goes out and gives us 28 minutes, I feel pretty confident about the points.
Hey, E, I have to stop the music. There's something so exciting now that just happened. Do you want to look? Can you see that comment?
Yeah, it's under a different name, but I recognize the text.
Cameron Thomas. Bingo, thank you. Nice doing business with you. What's up, fellas? Damn, bro, where you been, bro?
I know, man. We was worried about you.
Cam,
what's good, man?
Cameron Thomas.
Came back from the grave.
He's back, folks. It is Cam Thomas, formerly of the Brooklyn Nets. What's up, bro?
That's good, man. Hey,
all right,
glad
sorry.
to see you.
I had to give him the proper introduction. We miss him so.
No, for real, bro. I mean, we straight up were genuinely wondering what was going on with you because you were supposed to come back there for a little bit, and then we had radio silence for a while.
Yeah, bro. We jump in, do some college basketball with us, man. We've been doing good, bro. We've been doing good. All right. So let's jump back on this, and I'm going to write Freeman. Now, do we want to write a mid-tier there?
Yeah, I mean, I think, part of our kind of rules that we stick by is just be a little bit weary of the road team. If he was at home, I would say at least a half unit play, but being on the road, let's give Duke some credit here.
We'll just give him a little lean. Give him a little lean. You can play what you want. I'm going to play a little more than a lean because I just like to play, but yes. On the list, a nice little lean. And where is it? 13.5?
Is... Oops, not that. Everywhere.
Okay, good. Even better.
Yeah.
We can all play it. All right, cool. We got that. Now, I wanted to ask, since we're on Syracuse, do we think Starling has a shot here? He's been doing a lot better lately, and I remember last year you basically found him, and you were like, who's this guy? I remember he did good for us a few games.
Yeah, oh, bro, he was real solid last year. I mean, he's just one of their more high-volume guards. A lot more consistent, thankfully playing more meaningful minutes. I have to look at this last game, what happened with his minutes, but, I mean, he was a bucket last year, nice volume shooter. Not shooting nearly as many threes as one would like, but, obviously the volume here, double digit in basically, majority of the season here, and especially over the last month and a half. Not sure what happened this last game. I'll be totally honest. Not sure. I'm assuming the other guard got hot. Let's see.
You know who sucks while we're here? Carmelo Anthony's son. I shouldn't say he sucks, but he has very much underachieved. He hasn't done much. Guy? Yeah, bro. He hasn't done much.
No, not really. I mean, he played pretty well last game, and I think that had a lot to do with Starling going under here. But yeah, I mean, the other two guards got hot. I think this matchup in particular, Nate King's going to have a lot more of a struggle. He's been a bit of a flash in the pan, but same thing for Nate George. For him, more so on the playmaking duties, but the field goal volume very sporadic, efficiency very sporadic. So even though he's played better over these last couple games, that consistency for him clearly will take a dive off of the cliff. So I would expect some kind of regression out of him. Now, that is a little bit weird, though, that he only played 18 minutes, I got to say, especially coming off of a 44-minute game. But another thing to consider, they had a short turnaround here. And, the last time they played was on the 14th. So, no, there's no way. They played on the 14th? Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that could even be another, product of why the minutes were lower. That's something we do need to keep in the back of our head for some of these teams. They are coming off of a short turnaround. I mean, they played on the 11th, so it's 1, 2, 3 games in less than a week.
Kind of have to remember they're like 20, so they don't care. That might not even matter. They might just go into overdrive or something. They play 3 games in a row, like, yay, let's play again. Give me the ball.
Yes, I think to some degree, that is something that holds up for a lot of these guys. But, for him in particular, he's not a freshman. I mean, he is a senior. Mm-hmm. And we also have to keep in mind they did go into overtime for this game. So 3 games, less than a week, overtime in the mix as well could really have kind of muddied up the water. Plus, as we were looking at, Anthony actually had himself a pretty good game, and he played 24 minutes. And if you look at his minutes so far through the season, 24 minutes has been a great day for him. I mean, bro has not even sniffed 24 minutes since December. So that's not really, I think, a normal thing for him. That probably played out a lot more with the overtime and then him just actually playing well this last game. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely don't mind Starling. He was one that I initially looked at more so than Freeman just because the success likely to come a little bit more from the guard position. That's the best way to attack Duke. But, yeah, I mean, like you mentioned with Freeman, that's a really low line to kind of ignore.
It is, and we kind of are going against our rules, but it's just too low. I have to at least put it in the leans. We don't have to go farther than that. But definitely going to see what happens and put a low on it. Starling, I just don't like his. Just my history with him personally is just when I ever bet on him, he just does whatever he wants to do. So me and him don't have the best relationship. But hey. Could work out. Definitely could work out. He's been doing good lately. It's low line.
We just need him to hit a 3 and get that mid-level volume like he's been having. I mean, this one honestly might even warrant a little mid-tier action. I'm kind of torn between him and one of the other guards, but I don't think I can trust George that much. I mean, maybe Nate King would be the next guy up, but I mean, even him, it's a little bit more sporadic.
Nah, I think this is one of those games, bro, that we have to remember. Sometimes when you put a team at Duke, it could happen where they just get blown the fuck out and everyone's going under. Like, we just have to remember that's possible. We have to remember that because, I mean, looking at all these lines and now all that all makes sense until they go at Duke. And that's a whole different game. It's like they were playing in the minor leagues until today. So we have to remember that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Donnie Freeman could go out there and score 5 points and look like shit and would be mad. But that's why it's in the mid-tier. But if you do that with Starling, just think, if we put them both in there, that could be a half unit if Duke decides to say, fuck you, Syracuse. Sorry, Q Donkey. Just being honest.
No, I mean, I think that is a very valid point. You know, I do have pretty strong faith that at least one person can get their line, at least scoring wise tonight, unless it's just, you know, some unbelievable, like they hold Syracuse to like 45 points or something.
Bro,
like that.
I would not be surprised if it was 75-45. Not saying it's going to happen now, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would not.
It's possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Gary,
But just something of note, at least for all the guards, it seems like the books are really kind of split between their props. I mean, they're either, you know, 9.5 up to 10.5 or vice versa. But
9.5 is low though. I feel it. 9.5 is freaking low.
that's pretty low, man. Pretty low. So something to consider. At least if you bet it, you know, obviously this game, light units on it, it could be an absolute bloodbath and be over in the first half. So do keep that in mind.
Now, with that being said, do you want to put it in as a lean? I'm not opposed to it. I just wanted to throw out devil's advocate in all angles. Do you still feel comfortable? I'm okay with it.
Did we get first half stuff for this game? See, they knew, man. They only gave us this crap. I was about to say, there's no way you're giving me half of 9.5 points.
Right.
Man, it's tempting. I'm not going to lie. We could just be breaking even here and only one of them get there, but I do have pretty high confidence that one of these two players is getting there.
I feel like one of the two's getting there 60%. 30 to 25%. 25%, neither of them are get there and they get blown the fuck out. 25%, they both get there and the game's close. So, whatever. That's why they call it betting.
Yeah, why not? Let's add them to the list. I mean, like I said, if worst case scenario, we just break even between the two of them, I'm okay with that. And if they keep the game close, then both of these guys should have a lot to do with that.
And the best part, if Starling doesn't hit, we just blame Q Donkey.
Yeah, we'll do that with love, of course.
Yes. Okay, so where's it at? Prize Picks? It's 9.5.
Yeah, it's another everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. Okay, let's get it.
All right.
I don't like
So-
that red. Let's make that green. Okay, there.
All right, well, let's get into a couple of questions here, and we'll get y'all caught up on a couple of plays that at least we have on the radar at early looks for tomorrow. They did just start dropping props. I mean, basically right before we hopped on, so we'll kind of take a peek at it together, and then again, be a part of the Discord. Make sure you guys check it out. Still running 7-day free trials. We'll get all this stuff locked up for you.
Alrighty. Hey, E, we got 16 likes so far already.
Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
We're dreaming and praying for 25 today. It's good luck for our bets. Good luck for your bets. Good luck for everybody, and it helps our channel. My Iron Throne new name. What's up, man? Welcome. He says, I was thinking of rocking 6-leg Freeman points, which we just talked about. Evans points. I'm scared. King's points. I'm really scared. Sharps points. I'm scared again. Jefferson PRA and I can't pronounce the other 3-pointer name on Iowa who just is a bucket. And I heard a stat and they said he was shooting 55% from 3 or something. And if he misses next 40 or some crazy thing. If he mixes the next 40, he's still at 40%. That's how good of a shooter he is. But Momcilovic points also.
Oh yeah, the big Mitt Milano.
Yeah,
bro, he's
bro.
been a bucket this season, man.
Jeez.
He's been Mr. Consistent.
Yeah.
All right. I do like the Milano play. Honestly, I mean, the best way to attack Houston is from the 3-point line. They've been unbelievably good inside the paint. So I like that aspect. I'm not the biggest fan of Jefferson, to be honest. I mean, there's just something about Houston. This guy has played terrible his entire career against Houston. I mean, they absolutely lock him down. Last year was pretty horrible. I mean, he went out and played 37 minutes, only could muster up 4 points. This year, I mean, you know, he's looked better in general in the season, but he is going through somewhat of a slump right now. I mean, some of these games, like especially his first half performances, have been really bad. We do know he's been kind of back and forth with the playmaking. I mean, they do have him kind of baked in for the plus money for the 4.5 assists. I mean, a little bit too dangerous to go down to 3.5 assists, but he is, you know, kind of trending that direction. I think the 4 flat on Prize Picks is very fair. The rebounding for him has been solid. You know, I'll give him credit, especially a really low line like this. I mean, he's a full point lower than what his season average is. The rebounds can be there for him. I really just worry about the scoring. I mean, 13.5 points that he was on most sites. It's really low, but I mean, for good reason. I mean, Houston's been phenomenal inside the paint against bigs that can't shoot threes. If he gets a 3-ball working a little bit more here, I think he's got a lot of life, you know, potential in him. But, you know, on a good day, he's probably hitting 2 of them at best. So kind of hard to rely off of that. Jefferson would be my biggest hesitation. I mean, I've seen this guy struggle so much against Houston, and they have his number every year.
That girl keeps telling you.
Pass.
Huh?
The girl keeps yelling at you while you're talking.
Pass.
Nah. I get that.
No, it's scary. It's scary. But I will say this dude, though. Milan. Hey, he was 17 and a half yesterday. Now he's 15 and a half.
Yeah, it's 15.5 basically on just really FanDuel for most of the sites. He might be 15.5 on 365. Let me see.
I don't hate that. It is Houston, but like you said, bro, that's what they do. That's what you can do at least, because they do that crazy. Oh, you're gonna do a little pick and roll. We're gonna jump on your ball handler, double team them, and then it leaves somebody open. Sometimes they do that every single time. He's the guy. 100%. And you know what, too, I was going to say, as you were looking at Jefferson's points, you could tell they're going down as Milan goes up. You know, they're kind of going to him more than Jefferson lately. So it makes it scary. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, 100%. His home performance, even better. I mean, really, he's only missed in the games that were pretty bad blowouts. This little blemish against Iowa, you know, to be expected. He was dealing with Sturts a little bit more that game too, but played really well so far this season. I mean, just in general, and even more so at home. So I don't mind that, honestly. I mean, this would be another mid-tier look. The only thing about this one is, you know, just the total and the pace that we're going to see. So we do need him to come out and be efficient. And it looks like bookies are really kind of pushing us towards the path of his points, because, I mean, there's no way they would drop this guy at 2.5 3-point made. But the 4.5 is plus money. I mean, I will say there's a real good chance if he clears his points to expect these threes to follow. Books are a little bit divided on him. Looks like Underdog's offering us the worst odds on him so far. Price Picks, probably a low demon play. But, you know, getting some exposure to him, I think, is definitely warranted. I mean, they're going to need the 3-point shooting, and as long as he goes out and plays his, 30-some-odd minutes a game that he normally does, I mean, those numbers would look even better. I mean, this guy does not miss much at all. Averaging 21 points a season is pretty crazy. So the 15.5 points, yeah, man, I might get sold on this one. He's somebody who's worth a look.
Momcilovic! D. Johnson's here, too. What's up, man? He says, hope everyone's doing well. And he said, thoughts on Milan Momcilovic over 17. So I figured I'd throw it up there because we were already talking about it. But 17's tough. If you can get the 15.5, makes more sense. 17, I don't know. I would never want to try to play a player over 17 points against Houston unless it was Nobody. Ever. No, there's a few, but not him, because you don't know, man. He's just going to be standing in the corner. He's going to have to be open to score 18 points. So it's a little scary.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, I would try to not play him on Prize Picks. I mean, they're basically just forcing you into the 17.5 line. But Flip's got it for a straight bet. Underdog's got it. And FanDuel obviously has the even better line at the 15.5. So if you play it, try to get it on a better price if you can.
And guess what? 25 watching and 18 likes.
Let's go.
Guys.
Love it, man. Love to hear it.
Guys, this is feeling like the old days almost, guys. That's all right. We're here talking college basketball. That's what's up. All right. Now.
Real fast.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Fast. Mm-hmm. If you're going to play him on Prize Picks, I do like the 24 flat fantasy. I think that's a little bit better of a move for him. I mean, he's really consistent defensive-wise. I mean, he's probably solid for about an assist. A really low turnover, on a bad day for him, you're only looking at 2 here. So the minutes, especially, you take him back up closer to 28 minutes. I mean, he's averaging 30 fantasy so far this season. So it will be relying off the shooting. So, kind of take that for what you will. But there's a real world where he can wheel those rebounds and assists, especially the rebounds. I mean, we've seen a couple of these really spike games from him. So pace in total, a little bit meh. But he could easily go out there and get 2 steals, have 1 turnover, and cover a large portion of that fantasy line for you. So I don't mind that one at all.
We're going against the grain today. It's things that, it's a little scary. The bookies are tempting us with these lower lines. They are, and we are going to fall for the trap. we are falling for the trap, folks. But Iowa State should be able to, make this a fun game. They're really favored to win. So, yes, Houston's slow. Yes, Houston's tough. Yes, but they are not at home. So at least we have that on our side. Might as well play a lower line and, pray. This is a little scary now, though. We're going at Houston and we're going at Duke, folks. Woo! Hey now.
Well, at least with Milan, I mean, if we are going to play players in the scary matchup, let them be at home in their comfort zone.
Yeah, and I like what Q Donkey said here. I want to read it out here. Where did he say? He said, I do like JJ more than Donnie here. I trust the senior. So to me, Q Donkey, what that says to me, and I trust you as well. So I'm going to probably just put the same amount on JJ as I am with Donnie. So we can just cheer for them both together. Because you sold me with that, the senior, and I know you watch a lot of Syracuse games, so I'm with it. You trying to learn how to spell Monsilevich?
Yeah. I had my eye in the wrong place, though. OVIC. Okay.
Benny says, what are the best points props today after your research? Not the ones from the chat. Your best points. He says, what's your best points props for today after your research? So basically, if you're looking at this list, we know Fleming's, people probably aren't playing that one because they missed the 18.5 last night, right? Or are you suggesting play the 14.5 anyways?
I mean, the 14.5
Let's
is
pull it
really
to the bottom.
appealing.
Let's pull it to the bottom. How about that? I think that'll help. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, this is more of a head or a middle bet for us since we did get that 18.5. I mean, I still don't mind the 17.5 points under if you can find that, but it does look like most of the sites already kind of went all the way down to 14.5 and 15.5. Mm-hmm. If you have access to the 14.5, I would put some lighter units on it. I think that is worth a play. Road game or not, I mean, this guy's still going to go out, play a majority of the game anyways, and if he hits that, even better for that under bet.
Every game, every prop we have up there is the same today. Tough matchup, low line, good player. We just need them to not get blown out, not get scared, not get held down, and we'll be all right. But these aren't our favorite type of plays, to be honest. These are scary.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, these are 100% a little scarier. I would give the credit more so to the home teams. So, Milan probably being at the higher part of the list, they are going to need him tonight, and that is the best way to attack Houston. So that one I think makes the most sense. And honestly, this is a really, really appealing line for him. And then Donnie Freeman, just off of pure talent, pure volume that he's going to see, whether or not it's blowout or not, he should still put up somewhere between 11 and 13 field goal attempts, get a few free throws. If he gets into massive foul trouble, that is just what it is with college. We can't really avoid that. But we've also seen, too, where teams don't really care in the second half and they just kind of run their starters for, the next 15 minutes of the game and then pull them. So wouldn't be surprised to still see him play even with foul trouble, somewhere between 26, 28 minutes. But I do expect about 29, 30 minutes out of him and to keep the game reasonably close.
Sounds good. Okay, so the only other one we didn't talk about, my Iron Throne had that 6-leg parlay. He had Evans points. What do you think about Isaiah Evans now? That to me, when I saw 15.5, I almost wanted to go under, to be honest.
No, it's pretty high, man, honestly. At home in particular, they do spread the ball out a little bit more. He kind of facilitates, and he is still a secondary shooter, but we've seen a couple of these games where he kind of spikes on the playmaking. I'm not in love with the line. I mean, it's very high, especially given there could be a blowout situation, and Duke will sit their starters a little bit more so. The biggest thing about him, though, is he just doesn't play that secure minutes, and especially in these blowout games, I mean, he will play under 30 minutes. Like, that is a certainty. So you got to keep that in mind. For him, he would be a player I would much rather have had some kind of a first half line for. If they keep the game close, I mean, there's a reasonable shot that he could get there, but it's a really high line for him. I mean, he was just 13.5 points this last game, so I'm kind of surprised that they bumped him up that much. You're going to need that 3-point to fall. That has been the biggest thing for him, is the 3-point, the 3-point, the 3-point. So if he's not finding his shot like this, he really struggles from the field. And I mean, the 2.5 threes is probably pretty accurate. Looks like the books are a little bit divided on him, plus money all the way to minus 125. So that could be more of a shortcut for him, honestly, just taking the three straight up.
Yeah, he's scary, man. Syracuse, no joke either on defense. So I'm personally going to stay away from trying to go over. If I had to do anything, I'd lean under, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But hey, that's just how I feel, Who knows what I fucking know? Who knows what I know? Who cares what I think? Ayo's here, though.
Hey, what's up, man? What's good?
He says, just cash, baby. If you love making money and want to win, just cash. Undertaker E, let's go. That's what's up, Ayo, bro. Yeah, let's fucking go, bros. Okay, so
yeah,
go ahead.
It's kind of last thing with him, man. It's really just, can they keep the game close? If the game's close, he does go out there and he plays his normal minutes or over 30. You're probably looking good, but problem with these powerhouse teams is these games just for the most part aren't good. We got this one blemish here from Florida, which we know is elite versus 3-point shooting, so no surprise he didn't get there. But I mean, all these other games, like blew out Louisville, basically blew out Boston College. I mean, blowout. So all these games are correlating with his minutes going down, and I think also his level of care just kind of goes down with it. So if he's not looking at 12 points in the first half, that second half sweat is going to be real.
Yeah, for sure. C-Dot's here, baby. He said, let's fucking go. Let's make some fucking cash.
Good.
Damien said just one play. No, we got a few others. Now, Q-Donkey's talking crazy here. You see this one? Q-Donkey's a lot. Q-Donkey's fell and hit his head or something. What happened? He said JT topping under. He said under. Q-Donkey, did someone steal your keyboard? Right under before you try to write JT topping point? What's going on? Under?
It's a real good matchup for him, man.
I am scared. Oh my gosh.
This is such a you
bro.
see all this
bro. Yes, Q Donkey. It is high, but oh my gosh, bro. Going under this guy is one of the scariest things. He does that little jump, little whatever the heck shot he does. It's the fast little I don't know what the heck it is, little sidearm shot. So he's so tall, it just goes right down into the hoop. No one can stop that, bro. Not this team, at least. No one on this. No one. What is it, Arizona State?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, don't do it, bro.
Okay, so let's talk about, I guess, the pros and the cons of it. I mean, obviously, the pros of going under, it's a really high line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is quite a bit higher than his season average. I mean, almost 2.5 points there. So, I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. They could blow them out too. I'd imagine the spread it's a little bit more generous, only 8.5 points. So they're expecting somewhat of a competitive game. We know any kind of close game. I mean, dude's going to go out and play at least 30, 35, 36 minutes. They haven't had too many close games. I know he had this one bad struggle against KU, but most of these games haven't been that close. So, he's playing just about 30 minutes, and that's kind of been a thing for him. But his minutes really ramped up the second half of the season here, so you got to take that for some consideration. But man, if this game is even remotely close, this dude might drop a 30 bomb here. I am truly worried about taking the under for this.
Yeah, Arizona up pace and terrible on defense. No matter where you look, they just give it up. So it's scary, man. Like, yeah, you can. Just don't watch the game. It hurts your heart rate. It's going to be tough, man, cheering for JT Toppin under. Damien says Tugler at... Oh, go ahead.
Just kind of a last little point on that too. Just by comparison, looking at the line props that they had for these players, and then how far over outside of this one player they're going, like that to me is really, really scary, because it's not even like, oh, we're just looking at green bars, they hit their line. It's like, actually look at what lines are posted and then how far over some of these guys are going. So, a comparable volume shooter would be like Koa Pete down here. We know that guy's a flop half the time, but his point prop was 15.5, which I guarantee you was high at the time. And then he still went for 24 points. And, Tugler here, great example, 7.5 points. This was an insanely inflated line for Tugler. This dude would never sniff 9.5 points, 8.5 maybe, but he was 9.5 that game and still put up 12. So, you got to really think about, these aren't even high volume shooters. And here Pete again, 14.5, went for 21. So these aren't sustainable high volume shooters, and JT Toppin for sure is going to be a high volume shooter. So just keep that in the back of your head. I would not be surprised if dude goes for a 30 piece.
Yep. And if he scores 15 and you put money on it, I'll be happy for you. Damien says, speaking of, Tugler at 7.5. What do you think about him? And we're at 23 likes, E!
Oh, let's go, baby. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. All right. Now, I will say Tugler was one that kind of piqued my interest. The biggest red flag about him, though, is another unpredictable minutes guy. That's something I got to stress. His minutes, very unpredictable. Even on games where he's playing moderately well, still not really playing over 30 minutes. So we've only seen that just 3 times so far this season. So you're playing with somebody who's likely going to play 24, maybe 28 minutes, but somewhere in the 22 to 24 range. He's been pretty productive. I mean, his first half production's been pretty solid overall. This matchup is going to be pretty difficult. I mean, ISU's been really holding down the paint strong, and that's something, barring any kind of free throw, extra free throw attempts, has been a bit of a struggle. I'm kind of thinking, which, it plays into even more so our wing players here, but I do think they actually go a little bit smaller here. I would not be surprised to see Tugler sit out and play reduced minutes. Sinak has been playing really, really well for Houston lately. So I think there is strong consideration that both teams go small tonight. I think we see Tugler sit on the bench more. I think Buchanan sits on the bench more. I think they run Jefferson at the 5, play with the 4-guard set and the power forward, and then Tugler kind of meets the same thing on the other side, and they bring a guard off the bench. I would not be surprised if we see that game script. And also, you got to be concerned if Buchanan on the other side, he doesn't go out and play his normal amount of minutes. He's another player who's been very wild with his unpredictability and minutes and all that stuff. So if ISU makes that move first, there's a real good chance Houston's going to follow behind him with that. So just a few things to think about, but it is a hell of a low line, man. It's a really low line.
Very good point there, E. I was just thinking as you were going over that play, I was looking at the game and I was like, there's not a lot of games tonight, but man, I'm excited to watch that Houston-Iowa State game. Watching Houston is great entertainment. I don't usually love watching teams play defense, but Houston is fun to watch, bro. And going into Iowa State to see what they're going to do, oh, man. There's no NBA like that. Unless we're in the playoffs or something.
Yeah, but and Houston's a team that we've seen from time to time. They will match tempo and they'll match scoring on the other side. especially if they're playing from behind. It's not like they're just going to be able to sit around and be able to, hopefully get bailed out by threes and whatnot. But I really think they go small here in this lineup, and this game could be a surprise scoring one.
That'd be interesting. That would be interesting. My Iron Throne says, any thoughts on Jalen Cox points for Colgate? And we have 24 likes. The next person to hit like to get to the 25th like will have good luck on their bets and give us good luck on our bets tonight. So if you're out there and you haven't hit the like yet, hit it up. Let's get it.
All right, let's talk about Jalen here. So pretty solid high volume shooter, pretty insane usage rating these last 2 games. Always going to pique my interest whenever I see a 40% usage rating. That's like, astronomical in college basketball. I mean, this guy is really doing all the work for the team. Let's see, he had 16 field goal attempts, 12 free throws. Obviously, it was a Navy matchup, so a little bit easier there.
We got it.
He is a volume shooter. Oh, let's go, baby. Let's
Whoever
go.
hit that 25th
Hey.
like, you have good luck today. Thank you, sir. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, so for the matchup, it is slightly tougher one. Let's see, they played back in January. He went for 5 assists and 23 points. So, I mean, good history there. The hit rating, not bad. I'd prefer to play the 16.5 points if possible. Looks like these props are only on Underdog and Prize Picks. Prize Picks got them at 17. Oh, wow, Sleeper actually has them at 17.5, so a little bit divided there. If you can get the 16.5 on Prize Picks, I don't mind that too much. The history looks pretty promising. Last year in the starter role, playing meaningful minutes, I mean, he played really well against them, and then obviously really close to that so far this season. I'm guessing this was a double overtime game of 44 minutes, or an overtime game, sorry. But played 38 minutes. I mean, that's something that did look promising for him. He's basically playing at least 30 minutes a night. And let's see what happened in these 2 games here. Is that foul trouble? All right, so we had 4 fouls here. He only played 30 minutes. And honestly, that was just a bad game for him. Shot 30% from the field. No free throws. So, okay. Well, let's look off that game. The Bucknell game ended up being a blowout. So, played 37 minutes. Only 8 field goal attempts. So, he kind of chilled out on that. And his playmaking was 6 assists. So, above his season average. He does chill a little bit in the blowout games. I wouldn't mind even having his PA because he does both of those pretty consistently.
Let me throw one thing out there too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the last 7 games, they've gone to overtime. So just throw that out there as well as you're looking at his lines.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Last time they played Boston, actually, he did score 23, but they did go to overtime, and they were at home. So a little different now.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know. I mean, honestly, it's a fair line for him. I'd rather play the 16.5 if possible, but it's a fair line. High usage, pretty high volume for him. Would love to see him get to the free throw line a little bit more consistently instead of just sporadic games that he has. But good potential. I love me some usage rating like that. Anytime in the college level, that's pretty impressive.
This one kind of reminds me of, it's this type of day. There's no other really sports going on. The game's early, it's one to throw on there just for some action, Good shot to hit, but don't put too much on it if you're going to do it, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, if this was a tomorrow slate, this team I wouldn't even bat an eye at.
Okay. So we're to the bottom of the comments here. We got there, guys. We got there. Good job. Today was fun. You guys had some questions. We had some new faces. Got some good likes. We appreciate you guys a lot. Benny says, what is a good money line to pair with the player prop? Now, he wants a money line. Not sure if he means today or tomorrow, but I guess anything available.
Well, I mean, hopefully anything available because we did get a lot of stuff out for tomorrow already. But, I mean, if I had to pick tonight, oh, man.
You wouldn't.
I do. Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard right there. That's a good game.
I like Iowa State to pick up the win here. Honestly, I could mess around with something like that. Now, I mean, if you can get alternate spreads, something for Duke might be appealing, like a 14.5 points or something like that. I would consider that too. Their money line obviously is not worth playing, but the
Q Donkey's over there right now throwing stuff at the wall hearing you say that, bro. He's mad. Just took his hat off and threw it at the screen. What? Duke's alternate spread. What? Syracuse about to win. This guy
This was in Syracuse, I give him a little bit more credit for that. But even the team total, honestly, I feel like this 144.5, 145.5 is a little bit high. This could be a real low, slow game. Wouldn't be surprised at all. I'm hoping at least we got some stuff for tomorrow to look at for money lines, though.
I just wanted to throw this out. If Q Donkey's still listening, I totally feel your pain, bro. I am a Portland Trailblazer fan and a Cincinnati Bengal fan. I've gone through it in my life, so I get you trying to cheer for Syracuse, but just so you know, just don't get your hopes up and it all that's left. Don't be mad.
Right.
Don't be mad. Just be like, yeah, hey, we tried. That's where we're going to be today.
All right, so one that kind of stood out for, the odds could be a little bit better. Make sure to kind of, check your sites if you can shop around. But Michigan State for a bounce back at home, I think this is a really solid look. We know they're unbelievably good at home, and especially coming off that nasty loss on the road. I think
Agreed.
I feel pretty good about this one. And UCLA's shown so many cracks on their defense, or not even their defense, just their offense. This last game, prime example, they had all the chances in the world to keep it competitive, and their offense in the second half just absolutely puttered out. Defense was okay, but the offense, any given night that we see Tyler B or Donovan Dent, kind of step back, this team has really, really struggled to put the games away. So I do like this. We're getting pretty good odds under 600 for almost double-digit spread. Not mad at that. I do also like Miami. They just got one of their star players back too. And Miami got one of their star players back. And Virginia, one of their best players is their big. And we know how elite Miami is versus bigs. So assuming he struggles there, I'm not relying on these wing players. I think Virginia's wing players are all terrible, honestly. Sorry, Neo. I think you had some developing to do, but they're all bad. So I like this one a lot. Minus 400. That's really, really good odds for that currently.
Yeah, I was going to say, imagine if you were on UCLA's team and you were just looking at the schedule and you were like, at Michigan State, back to back. How fun does that sound?
It's tough, man. It's tough. Not gonna be easy by any stretch.
So that's what I'm saying. I hope they get held down. I hope they get blown out, and then I hope they play someone decent at home, where the matchup's half decent, I should say, and then they give us Donovan Dent at 18.5 PA again, or they give us Tyler B at like 16.5 points, and we go in. Love doing that. My Iron Throne says, so last pick, you guys say Jefferson rebound 6.5 over is better than his PRA line. And he says, appreciate you guys. Thanks for the show. And my Iron Throne, we appreciate you, man. And don't ever worry about it. He says, so last pick. If anyone has any picks or any plays, throw them in the chat, man. We love talking about anything you guys got. So, rebounds. Instead of PRAs.
So I think the rebounds definitely warrant some kind of, if you really want to play Jefferson, his rebounds do make a lot of sense. And also his RA, don't sleep on that playmaking for him. That is something that he really did show out on last year against him. He had 8 assists. Bro couldn't score the ball at all, but he had 8 assists. So if yeah, man, honestly, I think that's a strong play for him, his RA. So we're assuming they go small. He's going to soak up more rebounds in general, but he's also going to be on, kick out duty. They're going to jam it to him on the inside, try and force help. He's going to kick it back out to one of the 3-point shooters. And a lot of those games where Milan in particular has really excelled, the playmaking has been really solid for him, but also Lipsy too. I mean, that's a player, he's going to get his 4 assists or whatever tonight, 4, maybe 5, but the more scoring he does, the more assists that we've seen out of Jefferson too. So a lot of those really high double digit or triple double games that he had throughout the season, this was off basically all 3 of the other guards kind of putting in work. So I don't mind that. I mean, it's a really low number. I mean, my goodness, we're talking about somebody who was at 14.5 RA at one point this season. they're kicking the price down for the assist too. I mean, he's only basically at 3.5 for that as well. So, discounts warranted there. Pretty solid. But the rebounds also make a lot of sense too.
6.5 and 4.5. Yeah, 10.5. I mean, that I kind of like that. To be honest, I do like where you're going with that. And we think this game's going to last and be close the whole way through. So he's going to play huge minutes in this game. They're going to need him the entire game. So
yeah,
I don't hate that. I don't hate that, man. I really don't. 10.5 RA is low for him. We know what he can do. And they are at home.
Yep.
It is Houston, but I don't care. We're going against the grain tonight. We could come out tomorrow looking like dummies. Or we could come out tomorrow looking like geniuses. Yay! Which one will it be? I don't know, but it's going to be fun regardless.
I'm excited. But we got a lot of stuff to go through. Just kind of at a quick glance, some plays that stood out for me. Going up against Ohio State, we know guards, rebounding versus guards, very limited. First time they played, Nick Boyd only had 1 rebound, so 3.5 felt a little bit high. The odds on it obviously could be a little bit better. You're going to have to parlay this, but something at least in consideration. He's not really been that guy this season. The South Carolina Florida game, this was an absolute bloodbath. I mean, they almost won by 50 last time, so do keep that in mind. Pros and cons for both these plays. But Michi Johnson, 15.5 points. I know he's coming off of some really, really solid games, but also some really, really easy matchups. We got Alabama, Texas, LSU without their starter. Honestly, the only impressive one that he played was Auburn, and that was really just off the back of some pretty impressive three-point shooting. And for him, I mean, really, this is going to be an unreal matchup for him. I mean, Florida's no joke on the three-point line, and for him, it is a point lower than his season production, but a lot of that's really come off the last, couple games here to kind of inflate that. It's going to be a tough matchup. I mean, they absolutely crushed him in the first game. He barely was able to get 10 points. So 15.5 under, not bad.
Last one for me, E, if you don't mind. Are you looking at Thomas? After you look at him, Watts under 11.5 points. And you're done with that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Thomas Houck, 16.5 points is pretty crazy for him. They're obviously hanging the low line, knowing that this could be a potential blowout again. It is a 21.5 point spread, so a little caution for taking the overs here. But he did a lot of damage against them the first time they played, still went for 18, was able to mostly fill up the stat sheet. The turnovers were a little bit disappointing that game, but he did, he put in his work from scoring, so we did see that bounce back game this last one. He was at 17.5 points last time, but wouldn't be surprised to see this also move back up to 17.5 closer to locks. But just know, blowout, spread, all that good stuff. All right, last play, and then we're going to get on out of here.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Yeah. Was it Watts under points?
Yes, sir. 11.5. Yeah. Yes. I know. Don't scroll down and look at all the green with the last teams that he played. But hear me out real quick. Just this one thought. Now, maybe I'm wrong and maybe it goes totally haywire. But the thought is JT Toppin's going to put in most of the work here. Yes, the matchup is easy, but the matchup's easy for the stars. They're not going to try to go to Watts because they don't need to go to Watts. Just my thought. Maybe it's wrong. 12 points is a lot for him, though. And they're putting it up because of the matchup. And I think maybe the matchup won't make it better for him. I could be wrong. But, man, he's done nothing lately.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been no, foul trouble. Mostly close game.
One other thing I forgot that I want to tell you that you're going to love even more. Go back real quick. Go back to his game log. So if you look at that one blemish there where he had 19 points and 12 rebounds, you're like, oh my gosh, that's scary. That's the game where JT Toppin barely played. Remember that? Because he got in foul trouble. So if you take that away, bro, that's the only reason why he had all that usage and all those minutes. He never does that. So
yeah, I mean,
throw that in there too.
Not 22 field goal attempts. I mean, that's just obviously going to be like a career high for this dude.
So toss that game out. When has he had 12 points? When's the last time he had 12 points? Back in
a month.
a month, and he only went over by a half point. Now, do we just look at that and say, oh yeah, it's a great under? No, because there's all kinds of other things to look at. But still, man, you put all that together, I think it's worth at least a little mid-tier, you know, a little lean, a little quarter unit type play, just to laugh at him when he does nothing.
No, I mean, it makes sense. And I mean, on the other side of it too, Santiago, he's been a pretty formidable, defender. He's also a really, really low foul guy too. So, I mean, it's not something, hopefully keeps the hands to himself like he has been, but it's not like the free throw bailout is going to be there. So, for him, I mean, it's really just efficiency. If he shoots over 60, 70%, that could be, a little hairy. But other than that, I mean, he's easily a distant third, fourth more so lately, but in the pecking order, it's going to be Toppin, it's going to be Anderson, and then the other guy.
I'm writing it in because sometimes I just have ideas like that and I just let them pass, and then you see it happen and I get mad, so I'm writing it in. Lawan, is his name Lawan Watts?
Yeah.
All right, understood.
Yeah, Donovan Atwell, Atwell's been playing some really good ball too. I mean, double-digit scoring in basically every game for the last 2 months now.
That's interesting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
right. Well, we got some stuff. Main plays, mid-tiers. We're going to have a lot more coming out, especially in lieu of tomorrow's bigger slate. So make sure you guys, again, if you're not a part of the Discord, hop in there. No commitment. Still running 7-day free trial. Make sure, be a part of the big slate tomorrow, big slate Saturday. I think Wednesday also had a pretty juicy slate, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Oh, yes, Wednesday's a nice slate as well. So we're going to have,
this is a good week.
Tuesday and Wednesday to get right.
Yeah.
I know, I'm excited. And we got Unrivaled tomorrow.
So, yeah, if you guys are new here, it's super easy to jump in the Discord and we'll get the value this week. And I know there's no NBA, so if you're looking for something to do, get into some college, jump in our Discord. Free trial. It's totally 100% free. You just have to cancel within the 7 days. It's easy. And then they don't make you pay. No scam, no BS. And then you can jump in for this week because it's going to be a fun week. No NBA, strictly college for a few days. We're going to make some money, guys. It's going to be fun.
Let's go. I'm excited. All right, y'all. We appreciate every single one of y'all hanging out with us Monday through Friday, as always. Be back tomorrow. Also, turn those noties, hit that sub button if you're new here. That way you don't miss out. I got a pretty good feeling we'll have an overnight video for you guys as well, so do keep an eye out for that. But if not, we'll be back here tomorrow. Good luck on all your bets, parlays, and whatnot. We'll see y'all back here later. Peace.
I hate you.
Just cash.
Fuck you, Prize Pig! I hate you. Fuck you, Prize Pig! I hate you. Fuck you,